What company makes the new tree slime and hair products? Robin McGraw is the wife of what famous TV person? So Richard Branson coming up after Kelly Clarkson on First. How you doing?
Hi, Sir Richard, I'm back.
Drew, nice to see you. Welcome back to Vancouver. Occasion for a special reason. We have a very special guest. Actually, he was at it last time we had him on the show in person. He was at this very location to do our performance review, and he is back to tell us how we're doing on First. As well as to conduct some other rather important business. Sir Richard Branson joins us. Good morning.
Well, we've checked out a proper review on all new staff at Virgin Radio. You're staying on. She's very lovely. And,
we'll get to your thoughts on that in just a moment. Trust us, we'll get to that.
But no, anyway, everybody I meet loves Virgin Radio. Woo! So I think 100 full marks. Everybody, full marks.
So Richard, watching you actually walk down the street, because the Starbucks here at Branson, there's glass everywhere, so you can, we saw your approach or whatever, and I watched as people actually turned. I mean, you had a bit of an entourage with you, like not a full, like not a Beyonce entourage, but like a small one. And I was watching people just turn around and actually see, like, so they recognize you, they notice you. Can you go anywhere where people don't know who you are?
I think I was walking down the street in London the other day, and this little girl about 8 years old came up to me and said, "Do you know something? You look just like that Richard Branson bloke." So she said, and then she sort of paused and said, if you may not make as big a fortune as him, but if you signed up to lookalike agency, you could make a real fortune. So either I'm a lookalike or people generally.
Sound business advice from an agent. That's fantastic. Richard arrived in town yesterday. Exciting news. This is something that's been rumored for a long time. I think we actually talked about it when you were here in 2010 during the Olympics. The idea of Virgin Atlantic flying out of Vancouver, and now it's official. Service has begun. Direct flights through the summer from between Vancouver and London.
Yeah, and it's something which I've always wanted to do. Obviously love Vancouver, love the mountains, so Virgin Atlantic's now arrived, and I could bring a bit of competition, between Vancouver and London. Prices have already come down. I mean, we've brought prices down quite dramatically, and obviously the others generally follow. So it's difficult to have a real edge, but I think the airline itself is a fun airline. People will enjoy flying it. We come from the entertainment world, so I think we can make sure people have a great flight.
We actually talked about this on the show not that long ago about just airline etiquette and seats, and because I'm somebody that when I get on a plane, the first thing I do is I put the seat back. And Erin, who's back at the studio, she's like, "Oh my God, you never put the seat back. You have to ask the person behind you before you put the seat back." And I'm like, "Oh no, that's why they go back, right?" So because if there wasn't a button there, I mean, I just think like that's my button. I'm in control of it. So
if the airline is a decent airline, it shouldn't affect the person behind you. So,
okay, thank you.
So fly on a decent airline next time, and then you won't have that. And by the way, Virgin Airlines does go the whole way, so you're despite mistake.
Okay.
We're going to give you a chance to win a trip aboard Virgin Atlantic between Vancouver and London. Sir Richard Branson is here. He's going to tell you how you can do that in just a couple moments. Stay with us, Sir Richard Branson, live at Starbucks at Robson and Thurlow on Virgin Radio. Interesting as just during the commercials, just to see, so everybody, I mean, the place is packed, everybody wants a picture with Richard, we've had people pitch ideas. I mean, what a glimpse into your world. I have something I would like to show you just briefly to get your take on here this morning.
You're such an idiot.
I'm just wondering if you remember this picture.
Is that you?
I hope not.
For your sake.
That was a little hurtful, but nonetheless, no. It was a picture. It was a lovely picture of Nat and Richard the last time we were all here together at the Starbucks at Robson and Thurlow.
I said to Drew, because we worked together for 8 years. I'm like, please, for the love of God, do not bring this up.
I definitely dived in there for tea, didn't I?
Is that what you call it in Britain? How lovely tea.
There were no holds barred.
I think you said that was my bonus that year.
I think I'll have to give you another one.
Get the cameras ready. You've got.
She wants a rise as well. No, sorry. Hang on. All right. That's it. It's not an urgent. It's not a Virgin station.
We have a trip aboard Virgin Atlantic that we want to give away, and Sir Richard Branson is going to give you a clue right now.
Okay, so we have one of our cabin crew, maybe two of our cabin crew, around the city somewhere, and the first person to find them will get 2 tickets to London, and if you're lucky, if you want to come back, you can come back as well. And the clue is, are you ready? An elephant would never forget that it's the only castle on Burrard. So an elephant would never forget that it's the only castle on Burrard, and the password is Big Ben. So you have to say Big Ben to the cabin crew, and you get 2 tickets if you're the first one there.
Just also, when you do that with the cabin crew, bring the cabin crew back to the Starbucks here at Robson and Thurlow. Once you bring the cabin crew back, after you've found them and given them the code word, then bring them back here to the Starbucks at Robson and Thurlow, and we'll make everything official and hand over the tickets.
Good luck.
Great prize. Thank you very much.
Great.
Are you going to the Olympics? You must be this summer. Olympics, you be excited?
I am, and it's. I was lucky enough to go to your
I remember. Remember, you had your tongue in my throat.
It's this picture right here. That was a tongue. That was a medal-winning event unto itself.
I want a copy of that. I'm going to be at the opening, and it's going to be magnificent.
Yeah, a lot of fun in London, and I guess if whoever wins the tickets this morning, I mean, they get to use the trip for whatever. And London, I think this summer is going to be just such a fantastic destination.
Well, that would be a good week to go. I think London's going to be thrilled.
Just one more question on Virgin Atlantic and Virgin Airlines. Any plans? I know it's kind of like a pilot project, so to speak, and there's service through the summer. Any plans or thoughts on terms of expanding it? I know there's Virgin America that does routes within the U.S. Any plans or thoughts to expand beyond this initial period over the summer?
I think the chances are yes. We'll put our toe in the water to see if people like the service. Then hopefully go all year round, and then maybe go daily, and then there are lots of other cities in the world that I think they would love to see Virgin fly from Vancouver too. So watch this space. I think.
Very
Thank
cool.
you. Sir Richard Branson, so lovely to have you.
Nice to see you again.
to have
you again.
here.
This is just laced with double entendres, and you were like so resistant for me showing the picture. Great to see you. Enjoy your remaining time in the city. So Richard Branson at Starbucks. We'll see who wins that trip aboard Virgin Atlantic in just a few moments. 7:58 here. One Direction code word coming up right now. Gautier.
Shouts to 953.
The big boss, Sir Richard Branson, was with us about a half hour ago. You may have heard Virgin Atlantic has begun serving Vancouver to London direct. Flight started this week. They're going to be doing regular flights out of YVR through the end of October. And while he was here, he gave away a trip aboard Virgin Atlantic.
Yeah, what he did is he gave a clue as to where the Virgin flight crew were going to be, and you had to go down and find the flight crew somewhere in downtown and give them the code word, which was Big Ben. And the first person to do that wins the trip and then gets back here. And lo and behold, Chantal Cassidy, am I saying that right, Chantal?
Yes, you are.
You were the first person, and congratulations.
Way to go, Chantal!
So you were listening and just happened to be was it a fluke that you were in the area?
I was driving to work. I usually try not to drive to work because it costs a lot of money for parking. So it's
And gas now.
Yeah, and $21. And I was listening to the clue, and he was talking about an elephant, and I'm like, that's that restaurant. I'm like, somewhere's down Burrard. I'm just about to drive across Burrard, and I'm like, what's a cabin crew? I didn't even realize what I was looking for. Then I saw these girls in red, and I just opened my window and just yelled Big Ben at the top of my lungs. Yeah.
Well, and now you've got because you made it back and everything. You've got a great trip coming up. You're going to London aboard Virgin Atlantic. I've never flown Virgin Atlantic. This is, aside from the associations and everything, this is like one of the top airlines in the world. I mean, they offer so many amenities that most airlines don't.
Yeah, I've never been in Europe. I've never been to Europe, so I'm very excited.
London's a fantastic city. You're going to have a great time. And if you're a boss, I'm not sure what time you're supposed to be at work, but you have a very good reason for being late.
I think so too. Yeah. It was worth the price for parking today.
$21, well worth it. Yeah.
Turning it into a round trip to London. Thanks, Chantal.
Thank you,
Thanks for
Chantal.
listening. Speaking of cars and gas, I mean, of course, we're now in record high territory for gas prices in and around the Lower Mainland. There's a couple of gas stations in
I can go to
Richmond,
work now.
155
Thank you.
liters this morning.